Yeah, well, the problem is that the Senate is actually set up. It was supposed to represent states, states equally, but it is set up to actually encourage this kind of thing inadvertently, because you don't need to appeal to 100%. You don't need to appeal to 51% of Australians. You just need to get a Senate seat to, I don't know, get about 10% or even less, and you still get a seat there, as long as they're really committed, a really committed 10%. And that's what's happening now. It's a radicalisation will. It's like the internet, particularly in America. You only need to appeal to 1% of the people there, the crazy 1%, and you've already got a huge platform and a lot of money.
Yeah, you have. Although I will say that this is where I really do thank God for the Australian preferential voting system in the House of Representatives, because in the UK, for example, where you have non-compulsory voting and first past the post, if you do mobilise that 10 to 20% who will all vote as a bloc, you really can change the dynamics of an electorate very, very quickly. And with the demographic change that you are seeing across the Anglosphere now, Andrew, in that the proportional share of Islamic people in the population is going up remarkably quickly, compulsory voting and preferential voting do act as a bulwark against that. But you're right, in the Senate, less so.
Yes, I'm afraid so. I think our Senate really needs reform, but no one had the guts to do it, and the Senate will vote to keep its current membership. So it's a dreadful system. There's a lot of fear at the moment, Danica, about Donald Trump supposedly selling out Ukraine to Russia. I've attacked Trump for last week, even blaming Ukraine for starting the war, which is false. 3 days ago, Trump did admit that Russia, in fact, started it. And the French President Emmanuel Macron has rushed to the US to persuade Trump not to betray Ukraine, and even dared to contradict him in their press conference. Have a look.
Europe is loaning the money to Ukraine. They get their money back.
No, in fact, to be frank, we paid 60% of the total effort, and it was through, like the US, loans, guarantee, grants, and we provided real money, to be clear. If at the end of the day, in the negotiation we will have with Russia, they're ready to give it to us, super. It will be loan at the end of the day, and Russia would have paid for that.
If you believe that, it's okay with me.
Danica, I've said that Trump's language about Ukraine has been reckless, immoral and damaging, but I actually won't believe he's sold out Ukraine to Russia until he actually has. I think it's an open question here. What do you take out of all this?
I agree with you. I don't think he's sold out Ukraine just yet, though I do not like his dialogue about it. I think he's been dead set wrong on this issue from the beginning. But I think that Donald Trump simply wants this war to be over. It's something he mentioned multiple times throughout this campaign, that the war wouldn't have started under his watch. But also from a US perspective, they spent billions and billions of dollars giving it to Ukraine with really nothing back to them. I mean, this war, a lot of experts have said, Andrew, that this war is not winnable, that Ukraine must now come to the table. Both sides need to come to the table to end this. So I look at it from that perspective. I think that's what Donald Trump was trying to say, even though I think he's gone about it extremely wrong. I think it's a wake-up call to Zelensky that something has to give. It can't keep going down this pathway. And I think Donald Trump is simply saying here, hey, enough is enough.
Yeah, but I think Russia needs to wake up, because they're the aggressors here. Let's see what they will do. Will Kingston, Danica Di Giorgio, thank you both for your time.